is Akini aka Nico Flex representing Tech 9 Movements, Soundboy Station, TNT. But to be honest with you, since I know myself very long, from way back, from primary school days, there didn't have much radio stations in those days. But 95 station, 95 is still around, but the format is much different. And I always remember I was always in tune with music, always did like music, and 95 was the station that used to be popping in those days. The first clash I ever really listened to was Travelers versus Pieces. I was walking on Frederick Street. I don't know where I was in the town, but I was on Frederick Street, and a cassette man was playing that cassette, and I stand up for a while, and I was just like so amazed with it that I think I was with my mother and all that. I say, Mom, give me, up to these days, you know, cassette and thing is still, CDs now, but it's still $20. I was like, I'll get $20 now, I'll buy this, boy. You understand? My mother give me $20 of these and I buy the cassette. I really listen to that cassette over and over and over. You understand? And when I kids and hear that clash, I think that's the first authentic clash I ever listened to. That's when I really get a serious passion for Sound Clash. Always had a love for music, but that's when I get a passion and start to understand Sound Clash a little bit. And start to get a couple more tapes and stuff and things like that. And the tape that really stood out to me was there was a dance in a place in New York called Q Club. It was King Addies featuring Bounty Killer, Johnny Nice, the whole scale and things like that. And when I hear that, it was like a different kind of thing, because I heard a couple clashes and dubplate mixes, but that was the first mix I hear. It started off with Addis playing a Anita Baker dubplate. I was like, what? Anita Baker on Special Boy? And then after doing a little research and things like that, I get to understand that the man who was actually playing for Addis was a Trinidadian. That is Babyface. And I was like, a Trinidadian could actually reach out there and represent and actually song like it comes like actually at that point that time that was like the best audio I ever heard. And I was like, that's actually a Trini doing that. And that's when I started to get the whole vibe that maybe sometime in the future I could reach like a level like this then. I really started something age 14, form 4, when I was in St. Joseph. Actually what happened is that a good friend of mine, I was like with it and things like that, and I don't know, the talk of the plate or whatever came up, and she was like, hey, you know, so sister brother have a song. I was like, serious? I was like, what's the song name? She's like, Rapidly Spun. I was like, Rapidly Spun? I said, you never hear about Rapidly Spun? She's like, yeah, that Baby Shaman thing on the plate. I said, girl, you fucking with my head right now, but I say that nobody in Trinidad has no Baby Sham dub plate. Cause I know that, I mean, when the song thing start up, you know, most of the songs, I don't think used to really set for dub plates. Used to kind of wait till an artist come Trinidad and voice tune. And at that point in time, Baby Sham never came to Trinidad. And I was like, Baby Sham, they have Baby Sham on? I was like, you're lying. She's like, yeah, for sure, I'll link you on to him. So she made the link for me, and she put me onto Harper, who was the song owner, well, it's still the song owner of Rapidly Spun. And he told me the same story. They have Baby Sham and Chico, and I was like, Chico too. And I was like, real strange, because I was like, I listening to Jugglers and Radioactive and them fellas and them sell and them ain't even have them tunes. So who just Rapid Response to have them tunes? And when Harper, I linked with Harper and he played it up for me, I was like, total amazement. You understand? The dub song it sung real wicked. And I was like, yo Harper, I will be a part, I will be a part of this song thing. And say Harper now, we'll have a little thing coming up in KRC, and detrimental, GSU and blah 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 and things like that now. Say if you want to come through, if you want to be a part of this song, you want to buy a Baby Sham, give me $100 US now. I was like, what the fuck is this boy going to school with this man telling me about $100 US, boy? I said, boy, I went and tell my mother, no lie. I tell my mother, I say, hey, what now? I need $600, She's like, for what? I say, I want to buy a dub plate. She's like, what is that? she didn't even really understand, but at the end of the day I still get these $600. You understand? And I gave half of the money. And that was the first dub I ever cut was the Sham Sloop on the sick rhythm. And when we get that dub, I was like, that was like, I think my whole love for Song Clash, it went from like here and it just skyrocketed there. You understand? And that's how I ended up in Rapper Response. So I think if I didn't have that $600 half, I wouldn't have put me any song, but that's how it went down. Now the thing about it is that I was never much of a juggling MC. I used to like more like the little war vibes and clash vibes and things like that. So as I was telling you before, like most of the little QRC dance and things like that, we used to have a lot of squaring off. So it'd be like China and Carter would have started the dance. But for some strange reason, like when I touch the mic, I'd be trying to draw out Detrimental or draw out Zygon or Associate Degree or one of them. That was just always my thing then. The so-called big songs in those days, they had the big man mentality that when they come a dance, it doesn't matter who playing or what time you're supposed to play. When they reach, they playing right now. You could start off and it could be the second tune you play. They would stop and go like, yo, we reach and we ready to play. You understand? And I remember we went to dance in Anchorage and Rapid waited the whole night because I mean we wasn't really a really recognized song in those days. I mean we was like a young song. You understand? So we didn't have much respect. We were talented but we didn't have much respect. And we were standing up all night to play, all night waiting to play. When it was about, let's say, 3:30, they told us, alright, Rapid, you want to play. And as we lined up to play, Carter had the mic at that point in time. And so as Carter do the intro, Hoppy walk on the stage. And he's like, Radioactive reaching out. We had to play now. And Carter was like, alright, and give Hoppy the mic. And I was like, yeah, fucking no. I was like, whole night we stand up here and Radioactive no reach at the other play. I was like, nah, I wasn't going through that, boy. And I take the mic from Hoppy. Hoppy watch me like, what the fuck is you? Just so you take the mic from me? To be honest, I don't even really remember what it is I said, but Hoppy and I had like a little exchange of words, right? And I railed this Hoppy on the stage. Hoppy take back the mic from me. And Hoppy just started to get boo, people started pelting cup and thing at Hoppy on the stage. And like when he couldn't take it no more, it was a cordless mic. He walked off the stage and he hid the mic in the crowd. You understand? I was like, but what is this man real scene, boy? You understand? And after that happened, I don't know how they got back the mic, but when he did that, Radioactive didn't bother to play again. And most started to play, but they had no MC. But when they get back the mic, I take the mic. Carter, like, I don't know if he was afraid to mic because he was feeling like Radioactive is like a big song and like respect or whatever. But I was feeling at that point in time, yo, I ain't going through that. I started here whole night and we playing now. You understand? And I started juggle, we started juggle and we fuck up the dance. You on real bad. You understand? And the next day, I must get a call no later than 7:30 in the morning. And it was Hoppy you called me. I didn't even know if you get my phone number. Yeah. You know you just talk. Yeah. Here you go. You see. And I was like, this man gonna call me and real freaking bash me. I hear Radioactive burn out Nemesis at time on radio. And I was like, to be honest, they really did it some serious injustice to Nemesis. And I was like, well, if he started my case, my little hope will freaking it'll get crumbled one time. And Hoppy was like, I like your vibe, you know. I was like, yeah. I have a dance in Green next week Saturday. But I really can't make it, you know. You think you could go and handle that scene for me or? I was like, yeah, no scene. I get a chance to fly. He never went nowhere and play before. Just so you telling me come and go Grenada. I was like, alright, cool. It was fully loaded Grenada. So the following week now, I told Moshe I was like, yeah, well, boy, Hoppy asked me to go play a dancing. But I didn't really realize that what Hoppy was trying to do, Hoppy was trying to get me to be a part of Radioactive. I just thought that the man just liked my vibe and say, yo, have a dance in Grenada where you go and represent and things like that for me now. So I went Grenada with KG, selector KG. And when we went Grenada, we really destroyed Grenada. It was like, I didn't even know I had that kind of potential then. The money that we're supposed to collect, we even get extra money because the promoter find how we get on then. And the money that it is I receive, I call up here and I was like, Hoppy, we get so amount of dollars. And Hoppy was like, alright, well, that is your cut. And I was like, that's my cut. I said, boy, my whole years of playing rap, so then you think we make this kind of money in a year now? No disrespect, but at the end of the day, it was like Radioactive was one of the so-called big songs at that point in time, so I guess their worth was much more. You understand? When this I get that money, I was like, hey boy, I was like, all that money them fellas just get from playing song. It was just like an hour and all that paper. I was like, whoa. The following weekend, that was the following Saturday for that, Chrissy must call me like the Tuesday or something like that and say, we having he's like having a dance in Tobago, and I want you go and play that dance in Tobago. I was like, but how you only asking me to play dance? So he's like, really and truly, he said, I want to take a little ease up on this something, and I'm kind of looking for a next MC for Radioactive, and I want to know if you're interested. And I was like, hey boy, I said, Radioactive is the freaking big song right now, boy. I get a chance to play in Radioactive now. At that point in time, I didn't want to say that I really like I diss my old song at that point in time, but I looked at it as I got a chance to reach much further in something that I was passionate about, and actually use the opportunity to go forward, right? It's so amazing, right? That how it is I ended up being a part of Radioactive was how it is I actually exited being a part of Radioactive. The year that Red 96 launched, that's the radio station Red 96. It was a summer. When Red 96 came out, I was like, well, yeah, the Radioactive thing gonna pop back and I gonna get back in again. And what happened is that Hoppy was organizing like who was supposed to be on PA and getting the announcers and DJs and things like that. And I saw Hoppy organize a full cast of announcers and things like that. And I was in the mix. Like, to me personally, I took it as a disrespect because I was like, I'm a part of Radioactive and I didn't even really get involved in anything. I mean, I didn't show how it is I felt about it to him, but personally, I took it as a disrespect, right? And we went to Tobago that year to pay for the Great Fret weekend. And while we were playing, well, I wasn't micing at that point in time. Hoppy was micing. And then he introduced me. And sad to say, when he introduced me, I just took the mic. I was to hype up 2 tunes and stop the music, and then I just said, fuck up Hoppy. And Hoppy watching me like, yo, he's a part of a team, who the fuck weird is you doing, boy? And I just started this Hoppy. And Slaughter was standing up there laughing. And as I DJ Dean, move off the set. I was like, Slaughter, bring your CDs and come juggle. And Slaughter came and juggled for me. I didn't even play with Dean. I played with Slaughter. And my whole set, I was just like, with the majority of the set, I really fuck up Radioactive. And really disrespect Hoppy and things like that. Because I guess that was me expressing how I felt about the Red 96 thing. And everybody was watching me and I come off the stage. Links like he was shake my hand, but he didn't want to really do it for anybody to notice. And it's like, everybody's watching me like, what the fuck, who you just do there, boy? My girl and all was in the dance and she's like she and all was speechless. She didn't even know what to say. And that was me. After that, I personally decided to exit the whole Radioactive thing. That was just me signing off, right? Up to today's date, I don't think Hoppy and I have any bad blood or anything like that. I just guess that you get to understand that that was just my personality. Although I was on mostly juggling songs, I always had that, like Clash was always my thing then. You understand? So I guess that was me getting a chance to experience my whole passion for the Clash thing then. Piper, who is or was a part of Radioactive in those days, Piper called me a day and it's like, yo, what now? We have a radio station up the islands called Gem Radio. You're looking for an announcer. Come and do a demo and you could get on it. So I was like, alright, cool. I didn't really know much about it. So when I went into the station now, Piper showed me the studio and things like that, and he's like, there's the studio. So I was like, Piper, but I don't hear the station in Trinidad. He's like, nah. What we do, we send the signal up the islands. The station don't play in Trinidad. but the studio is in Trinidad. It was inside the Hot 93 building at that point in time. It actually is still in the Hot 93 building. Piper did the demo for me and they accepted me one time. And I started to play the station of the islands. It was an Antigua station. Most Antiguans actually thought the station was in Antigua. They didn't even know the station was in Trinidad because there's an office in Antigua and stuff. So if you want to do business, I think you have to go into that office. So I started getting bookings to the various islands to play in parties and host events and things like that. So actually I started traveling. I would travel to all the islands and play in parties. What I used to do, whichever DJ at the radio station, I would just choose one to go and play in the party with me, right? It had a lot of dance. I actually did a birthday bash. I did one dance I really did in Antigua, right? My first event that I did in Antigua, I actually carried Slaughter. It was Slaughter, Sachi and myself and things like that, and we went Antigua, right? And when I saw the response Slaughter was getting in Antigua, playing the dubs and hyping up and things like that, I was like, yo, I will get back in the sound system thing, boy. I was like, you know, this juggling thing is not me. I just like that kind of dub plate kind of vibe. And I was like, but dubs so expensive, boy, to go and jump out and buy dubs and start a song right now. I was like, I think I can go through that right now, right? And a Saturday I was on the radio station and I got a call from a girl who one of my female listeners used to call me often, and it's like, our partner of mine who have a song in Antigua, he really like Japan, he sung our real dubs and they wanted to come and play the song in Antigua. I was like, man, how do you like gonna play the song in Antigua? I live in Trinidad. She was like, well, here what, as you're on the radio, it comes like you would play as the song on the radio, and like when we have events or when they have events, they would bring me across the Antigua to play at the events. Right? Now I look at it as a good opportunity in a sense that I really wanted to jump back into the game, and when she said about dubs and things like that, I was like, well, this song have to be a clashing song, right? And she put me onto the guy talked to me and things like that, and I was like, okay, he's like, well, here what, I'll send some dubs to you now, and you know, next week Saturday we'll make it official on the station that you are a part of the song. When the man sent the dubs to me, it was like, I don't want to exaggerate. The man sent me a Amun-Ra file with like over 200 dubs. And I was like, what the fuck is this, boy? Because all the songs that were hot at that point in time, the man sent me all the songs as dub plates. I talking about Cartel, Movado, Shabba, all, and I was like, I never heard dubs of this kind of quality. And Saturday we launched off on radio, and we just started, boy, that radio station went ringing off. And that made things even better for me in a sense that I even started to get more bookings of the islands. And what happened is that we had a clash in Antigua. The name of the song is No Envy Song, right? Our first clash that I played in Antigua, right? It have a personal disagreement or personal issue that I wouldn't really broadcast, because sometimes I look at it as that sometimes when certain things happen, some things you need to leave behind closed doors and just leave it as it is, right? There was a personal issue in Antigua after that dance, and I decided to myself, I was like, I really can't deal with this no more. You understand? This is not the road that I want to go down. And I stopped playing the song. And I was telling myself, I was like, I'm real good enough. I think I could. I would just play as myself, right? And what it is I did, I was searching. Those days, MySpace was real hot, right? MySpace was the in thing, was the Facebook in those days, right? And I was searching on MySpace, and I came up with this guy formerly of Stone, Nico Bam Bam. He had a song called Nico Supreme at that point in time, right? And he had like about 20 dubs or something like that on Facebook. And I was like, all the dubs would just say Nico, Nico, Nico. And I was like, you know, that is my fucking name. I was like, yeah, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna thief all them fucking dubs off of that MySpace page. And I actually took all the dubs off of this page, off of Nico Supreme's page. And following Saturday I came back and the real bumping up my gun. I was like, but I don't need to play nobody's song. I can do my own thing and and I peel off the 20 dubs on radio. And people started calling me and they say, Nico boy, in that little time you leave Envy, all them dubs you cut. It's real Cartel and Movado. One thing I played too. That time the 15 dubs there mine is Nico Supreme dubs now. You understand? And it was that I just say here what at that point in time I say here what I would do. I say I'll cut my own dubs and I'll teach Nico Supreme dubs too. So that'll help me build up my catalog some more. And actually that is how I was doing it. I was doing it for a while and up to this day nobody, this is the first time people would even notice that people actually thought it was me really voicing all those tunes then. I voiced a couple Nico dubs, but the majority of it was actually Nico Supreme dubs I was playing. I know you might hate me if you ever see this, but that's just how it was. It is just your fault that we have the same name, right? Yeah. And what happened is that at that point in time, there's a website I used to go on that I think a lot of people still go on called DHR, aka dancehallreggae.com. I think dancehallreggae.com, what it did to me, it kind of exposed a lot of songs that I didn't know about. And I was like, yo, it have a lot of songs out there with like so much talent and so much dubs, and like the majority of the world don't know about these songs. Two songs that they were talking a lot about on dancehallreggae.com was a song called Blunt Pussy and a song called Tech 9. And I started doing some little research and listening to the songs and things like that. I was like, yo, these two songs, real bad. So why everybody talking about like the Bass Odyssey and the Black Cat? I said like these songs actually have better quality dubs than Bass Odyssey and them. I mean, no disrespect to Bass Odyssey and them, but that point in time, that's how I felt. You know, and I was like, boy, if I ever had to jump back in the business, I had to be playing like a song like this that have the kind of caliber tunes like these, right? And they were talking about Tech 9, and Tech 9 have a unit in that time Tech had now started a unit in Europe, right? And he was writing on DHR and he was like, you know, he has a unit in the Virgin Islands, one in New York and one in Europe. And he's like, one of these days he want to start a unit in the Caribbean. And some people were writing, actually, when they had a lot of Antiguans who used to frequent dancehallreggae.com at that point in time. And all of us nice people writing and putting my name, and it's like, Tech, if you ever decide to start a song or start a branch in the Caribbean, the ideal person to do it is this fella called Nico, who used to be a part of Envy Song, and he's not playing no song right now. And people started posting little clips of me, little clashes and dance and things like that in Antigua, or dancehallreggae.com. And I was reading it and I was like in total amazement, because I didn't even know that it had people out there that I wasn't aware of, or let's say not personally friends with, that actually knew about me, that had a certain level of respect and love for me. You understand? And I never really responded to it, but let's say like about maybe 2.5 weeks after, I got an inbox message on DHR from Father Tech, and he was telling me that he heard about me and stuff and things like that, and he would like if I could he think he wants to start a unit in the Caribbean. He said, well, you know, I'm really from Trinidad and blah 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 and stuff and things like that, and I think Trinidad might be the ideal place to start off the song. And I was like, because I was feeling like, but to get that involved in that whole song thing again, I was like, in my personal opinion, I was like, yo, it comes like I play so much song already, why go in and jump on it and play a next song for? But then I started to think to myself that although I did play songs before, it come like I never got what it is I wanted out of the sound system industry. You understand? I always really wanted to be clashing and stuff and things like that. And I say here, well, I'll give it one more shot and see how it goes, right? And likewise, how I received the dubs from No Envy Song, that's how I received the dubs from Father Tech. And what happened is that I used to work on radio Monday to Saturday, right? So for that entire week, I did up a promo. And like from Monday to Friday, I was letting people know that, yo, they're going for Tech 9, I'm now a part of Tech 9 and stuff and things like that. And we'll launch up officially on Saturday. And the Saturday come, and just like how I started off on Envy, that's how I started off on Tech 9. And I started playing dance, and I started getting bookings in Antigua And I used to go across Antigua and really run up my mouth. I used to the songs and all kind of drama and things like that. But what happened is that at that point in time, all I was playing up the islands, I never used to play one dance in Trinidad. Not one. When I say not one dance. And I used to be up the islands and I used to be like, real, I used to be like, I'm the biggest fucking thing, you understand? And a day, a song, who I was having like a personal, well, I wouldn't say personal, let's say a musical beef with. We were in a dance and I really ran up my mouth. And when he came on after, the song came on after, it was like, Nico the Warrior said, one of these days we'll come down to Trinidad and kick up your pussy hole. And then it dawned to me, I was like, you know, if these guys come to Trinidad, and I go and represent, I was like, Trinidad, I don't even know who the fuck I am. Because I don't play nowhere in Trinidad, I don't do anything in Trinidad because at that point in time, it's only juggling parties in Trinidad and I really was not on that and still basically not on it. So I was like, Nico, you know what you have to do? You have to start playing dance in Trinidad or have a team in Trinidad, right? And I started to build a team in Trinidad and we started up a unit and it also happened that 2 months into starting the unit, there was a clash in Diego Martin. It was supposed to be People Station, Young Guns, Black Talon, and Element One, right? And what happened is that before Audio Menace started hating on me for whatever personal reason, I don't know. Big up Audio Menace, because still my friend, although you don't like me. But anyhow, what happened is that Menace was telling me, he's like, yo, you're going down the class shower? I was like, yeah, I'm going. Menace telling me, he's like, boy, if I'm on a show up, I walk in my dubs, you know, I go jump in. And I was like, let Menace doing that. I say, well, I go in and do that too. You understand? So I lined up, actually, when I know the whole format of the dance, and I actually built crates. And I was even a part of the clash. When we reach in the clash now, the only 2 songs that turned up was Black Talon and Element One. There was no People Station and there was no Young Guns. And the promoter was like, shit, what is I gonna do? So Menace the promoter, he's like, yo, I go clash too. You understand? And then Menace is like, wow, me walk with your dubs all, we clash too now. I was like, yeah. But that time, I don't know if Menace didn't know I was done prepared already now. You understand? So I was like, alright, cool, yeah, I got clash too. So I make it look like, yeah, I just coming in, I just have some tune and blah 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 and things like that. And when the clash started, I played last, right? Menace played first, Element One, Black Talon, and then me. But when I heard Black Talon start to play tune, I was like, yeah, man, I said, this nigga a fucking tune. At that point in time, I know Black Talon is my family, but at that point in time, I never talked to Talon in my life before. I liked it, right? And I was like, yo, what the fucking tune you sing that one, boy? And I was like, yeah, we are bad at tune and that anyway. And we played last. When we played last, I guess people didn't know of us, but our dubs were like amazing them, and everything was on point. Cause they think we were playing spontaneous, but we had already prepared for that already. I don't know, they just things happen in mysterious ways. We win the first round, we win the second round, we win the third round. When it was time for dub for dub, to be honest with you, I personally believe it was Black Talon was supposed to be in dub for dub with us. But what happened is that Element One played a real big tune as a final tune in their round. And like Trinidadians have a short space of memory that they just went with Element One, right? And it ended up Element One versus Techno in dub for dub. It was best of 10. Boy, Element One didn't get one tune in that dub for dub. We were supposed to stop at 6, but we still keep going just to get any benefit of the doubt. And we won the dance, we won the clash. And Amun-Ra from Maximilian was the host of the clash. And Amun-Ra, when we went the clash, when Amun-Ra was giving me the trophy, Amun-Ra was like, youth, you feel say you're bad. Yeah, you feel say you're bad. But me believe, you know, Amun-Ra's funny accent and things like that already, you know. Well, I don't know if he's put it on, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, Amun-Ra is like, youth, you feel say you're bad. But me feels like a Black Talon and you should have go dub for dub. If your blood clot bad, me I give you some extra money just to kill Black Talon. And at that point in time, I said, yo, I know what fucking dubs, buddy. Wait a second and play by Amun-Ra trying to put me in place, so I take the mic now, trying to talk my way out of it, but I kind of use a reverse psychology now. I say, yo, what I say now? I say, Amun-Ra, You don't really want the money now. Look at Black Talent. Look how him dress. He really need the money more than me, you know. Really and truly, he need the money, you know. I say our people, I'll give all of the dubs. But you see when I play any tunes, please I beg you, don't give me no forward. Please don't give me no forward. Let Black Talent win the dance. Please, he need the money. You understand? And actually I think that was reverse psychology because that dub for dub, Menace end up jumping in the dub for dub as well. Right? Black Talent won one tune, or the Menace won one tune, and we won all the rest of tunes. Right? And I will be honest with you, Black Talent was playing the bigger dubs in dub for dub. But I think because of my personality and how I use reverse psychology, people were giving me the forward. So what happened is that I end up winning the dance again. So it come like I win 2 clash in one night. Right? And from then on, that's when we decided, yo, we want to take this thing serious where clashes is concerned in Trinidad. When Tech came to Trinidad, I think he came in advance to get a little feel of the vibe and stuff and things like that. And he wanted to check some family and stuff and things like that he have here. And while he was here, Tech was like, I wanted some family from Marval, you know. I wanna check them. I was like, alright, cool. So we go on in the quick shop in Marval and we were like waiting for them. So I went into the quick shop to buy something. And when I came out, I was talking to a family member and they were telling me that they came to meet someone of the family who comes from the States and things like that. It also happened that the person who I actually carried Tech to meet was actually a family member of mine. Right? And it was like, to me it was like a strange thing in a sense that I was like, I never met Father Tech prior to Songman thing. And it was amazing that the person who he actually came to meet was actually a family member of mine. I mean, we never really went through the whole family tree and blah 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 and all this sort of drama and things like that. But by, how do you say, by the grapevine or whatever, we ended up finding out that Tech, Father Tech and myself, that we were actually related. You understand? So I guess that made the bond between me and Father Tech to let's say, I would say much tighter than it actually was. Right? Well, basically, at the end of the day, Father Tech has the say. Right? But how it works up to today's date is that each unit represents their part of the world. Right? So basically, if a promoter wants Tech Nine to clash in New York, if they want to clash in Europe or Virgin Islands or in the Caribbean, I should say, wherever the promoter is and wherever the dance is going to be held, whichever unit is in that jurisdiction is the unit that represents the clash. You understand? So you would not see Tech Nine Europe clashing in Trinidad, vice versa. I don't know, at some point in time, maybe in the future, depending on how much money a promoter offers Father Tech or how it works, if it would be that you'll get to see Europe clashing in Trinidad at some point in time and Trinidad clashing in New York at some point in time. But how it works is that each unit represents their jurisdiction and we don't really invade each other's space. Tech Nine and TNT basically consist of, I would say, 5 members. Warren Civic, who is basically, he deals with like PRO / management and stuff and things like that. Our main selector is Nico, who plays on Red 96, and we have 2 other MCs apart from myself, who is Marvin, and the next guy called Junior, right? Well, I myself makes it 5. Now the thing about it, just as I said in the beginning, I don't go to juggling parties. So it would basically be like, if it is, we have like normal parties and things like that, you would see Marvin and Junior represented for Tech Nine. And if there's a clash date, then basically you would see me, and by extension you would be seeing them, but I would be the main figure where clash is concerned. The process of cutting dub is basically where ideas is concerned. As everyone uses Facebook, we have like a Facebook chat, right? So if it is we have ideas and stuff and things like that, we would exchange the ideas in the chat. Also, we have a group on WhatsApp as well that we also exchange ideas, whichever one we choose to use, right? When the voicing of dubs is concerned, most of the dubs, I would say nearly all of the dubs Tech9 possess, we would take the ideas and they would be personally voiced by Father Tech, because Father Tech has his own personal studio in New York. So we would cut the dubs in Father Tech's studio. We don't really like to run the risk of sending money to Jamaica or anywhere for dubs, because from the past there were like mishaps and things like that, and just to eliminate anything like that, we rather deal directly with the artists. So most of our dubs, we don't send for dubs. Either we deal with it cut it directly, or we just basically do without it. Likewise, if an artist is to come Trinidad, and we have an idea in the making, I would say Tech, so artist in Trinidad, and I would voice the dub while the artist is in Trinidad. I think Father Tech, and by extension, I think myself to a certain extent, when you build a relationship with an artist, some might say free tune, or some might say paying less than others, but when you gain a certain respect for artists, like for instance, if Father Tech has a studio, and let's say he has dub sessions, right? I think most of the artists, they show a lot of gratitude. If Father Tech does a dub session and cut, let's say 20 dubs from a particular artist, sometimes the artist would be so excited that artists would show gratitude and would actually give the song dubs. You understand? So that's basically how it works. Some might be upset with, or I wouldn't even say upset, I think it's a bit of jealousy and envy. But when you build a relationship with artists, that's the kind of respect you will get. Likewise, if an artist is to come to Trinidad and they know of Tech9 personally, and there's a dub session going on, a song might be paying 300 US for the song, and I might pay 100 US and get more dubs than them, because I think it's a relationship that artists have with the song Tech9. I would say that we basically, from a prior question, we would have ideas that we would put together, right? Sometimes it might be even a song that we hear playing with dub, but we'll try our best not to cut it. Even if it comes to like just basically changing the lyrics alone, we would just always try to be different, in a sense that our dub would always stand out. What it is we have that I think a lot of songs don't have, we have a lot of combinations with like artists that you wouldn't really picture to be singing together, or expect to be singing together, right? And that comes from, I guess, links and the ideas meshing together. Sounded Sunday is something that actually started by outlaw Terry Gansey. He used to be in Trinidad, right? And what happened is that on a Sunday, I used to go home by Terry Gansey, and Gansey had his dubs, outlaw dubs, and Earthquake used to be there. Most of the time, Earthquake used to bring their players and stuff and things like that, and Black Talon used to be there. Once in a while there were other songs like Trinity, and some other songs used to come through, but most of the time in the beginning used to basically be Outlaw, which is Terry Gansey, Earthquake, Black Talon, and myself. And every Sunday we would like cook by Gansey, we would drink by Gansey, and just basically hold our songman vibes, right? Which is basically we would be playing dubs against each other. Now I used to look at it as good practice, right? And what happened is that when Terry Gansey no longer was in Trinidad, like we was looking for that vibe to keep still, right? And the whole idea is like, where we would do it, you go by this one or you go by that one, and we decided here one, let's just find a centralized place, and let's hold the vibe somewhere. And it used to be something between us and songs, but let's get people who are not song members to come out and hear the dubs as well, which can help us with building fan base and stuff and things like that. Also, we're looking to take the Sounded Sunday to a different level, because we have been doing it and introducing songs that people might not know about to the general public. And we decided to take it up a notch after the Carnival season in 2015, and decided that we're going to turn Sounded Sunday a party of featuring songs. We would try and get some sound clashes in the mix. So we're presently in the making of having a clash at Sounded Sunday after Carnival 2015. Well, I am a person, I'll be real with you, right? Who vex, who lost, I keep it real as it is, right? What happened is that a lot of people were saying that I basically ran from Reloaded, right? No, it's a mixture of a lot of things. I would personally think that before you pass judgment, sometimes you need to look at circumstances and watch how things operate. I would think that if you think that I ran from the event, why come to the event if it is you're running from the event, right? No, I think it was a mixture of miscommunication, right? Now, apart from a mixture of miscommunication, this is a part of it that added to my decision, right? On the night of Reloaded, there were 3 members of Tech 9 that were representing apart from each other, right? Now, a lot of people, they like to spread a rumor, or I would say they like to pong on Tech 9 and say that Tech 9 don't win no clash and blah 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 and things like that, right? No, there were 2 clashes on the night of Reloaded, and after I saw the performance, well, I should say the outcome of the performance from the first clash where one of our members represented, personally I was to myself, I was like, yo, you need Tech 9 is a lose in that next clash. I was like, you know what the fuck up we gonna get? You understand? I say, yeah, what now? I say, me go through that, you know. I say, one thing I always live by is that although you might not walk out with the trophy, you need to walk out a winner in some form, right? I told the promoter of the event prior to the event, I was like, yeah, what now? I need to get sorted out before we go on the set, because I've been in instances that played at events and there's still outstanding balances. And what happened is that I didn't tell the promoter in person, but I was WhatsApping the promoter, right? Now, what happened is that sometimes miscommunication is a hell of a thing. While I was messaging the promoter, I wasn't getting any responses. So personally, I thought the promoter was ignoring my messages. But only after the dance and after the fact, I got to realize that the promoter's phone was dead and the promoter's phone was charging. So when I saw time for the clash, and I saw that, alright, I won't sort it out the way that I wanted to be sorted out. I wasn't really going to go up and run the risk of losing, right? Because at the end of the day, everyone who in the clash is equally talented, right? I would say I'm better than them, but I guess being politically normal, right? And I decided, I was like, yeah, what? For me to walk away from this clash with no money and to lose, I was like, what I mean going through that? So at the end of the day, the man who runs away lives to fight another day. Carter can't fight no more. To be honest with you, after I watched the video of what happened in the second clash, a great part of me actually regret not participating, because I was like, yo, this looked like so easy. I mean, no disrespect to anyone, but personally, I was really impressed by the clash, in a sense that I believe that both the contestants that took part, they could have played better than that. Because I found the prior clash, where the younger talent was a part of, I personally find it was much more entertaining, right? I think that the songs that were played were too regular, especially like when the dub for dub and things like that was concerned. I find it came like you was listening to radio in a dance, right? And I was like to myself, I was like, yo, if I really did participate, I don't think the 2 contestants who participated would have stood a chance. So a part of me kind of regret not being a part of the event. Really and truly, there's nothing I could say that I would really change where song clash culture is concerned. But locally in Trinidad, I would say what it is I realized that sound system things in Trinidad, it became a hype when an urban station took it upon themselves to promote the sound systems and get the general public aware of it. And there are a lot of urban radio stations right now And I would really wish that one, if not, let's just say one, would take the opportunity to kind of showcase the sound system talent. May just be like one day for the week, because to me, a lot of the younger people right now are unaware of the sound system culture, so they're not really interested in it. But if you really check it out, when there are events on radio like 999 and stuff that is on Red 96, I wouldn't understand why any radio station wouldn't capitalize on this, in a sense that the most listened day on radio in Trinidad is the day that they promote sound system culture. So I would try to think to myself, is like, why would they wait to do this event only one time for the year? Is it because, I don't know, I really can't say. But I just think that I just hope that one radio station at some point in time, one urban station, would try to promote the and get some sound systems involved. Anyone interested in Tech9 for any local bookings where Sound Clash or juggling is concerned, basically all you need to do is look for Warren Civic McKenzie on Facebook, and you can contact him. Where clashes and things is concerned, what it is in our jurisdiction, that's the person that you should contact. Likewise, myself, who you can look for me, Akini Abdallah, on Facebook, right? Depends on what area that you want Tech9. The best thing to do is to look for Father Tech on Facebook, or you can email tech9promo@gmail.com. That's the easiest way to go. Email tech9promo@gmail.com for any bookings.